Okay, good morning to all. My voice is audible? My voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
1 minute, I will start. So already we have started this unit, braking system, and last 2 to 3 bits are remaining that we are going to discuss during this lecture. So after discussing servo brake, that is one of the brake in which some added efforts so that there will be comfort for the driver while applying the brake. So that we have seen. So how that diaphragm is operating, how that vacuum valve is operating, that we have seen in the operation of vacuum brake system. Then we have started. So most important feature nowadays, it is available about 95% of the vehicles. So that is anti-lock braking system. So it is also called as anti-skid braking system, and shortly it is ABS, and it is also mentioned on rear side of the vehicle, so probably on the dicky, so whatever space provided for the luggage, so to cover that there is one door, so for that on that it is mentioned. Then we need to see need of ABS, what is ABS, aims of ABS, and features of ABS, and finally the advantages. So this is a layout of anti-lock brakes. So generally anti-lock brakes means, so brakes are applied but wheel is not stopped, so only at certain interval of time it is brakes are applied, again release, so that they can have a property which will avoid locking of the wheel. When wheel is locked, then it will drag vehicle in the forward direction and it will not have desired direction of motion. So this is one schematic figure. So generally this is the master cylinder which is shown. So in anti-lock braking system, we need to avoid locking of this wheel. So how to avoid? Just by modulating the pressure of oil. So generally the master cylinder, we know it is provided in hydraulic braking system where it is required to provide pressurized oil. So that modulation of pressurized oil is done with the help of one module, and that is provided in anti-lock braking system. So it is required for to avoid skidding. So need of ABS. So first is to avoid skidding. So when wheels are locked, so that whatever rotational speed, if rotational speed is stopped, but vehicle is moving in the forward direction, and that vehicle is having linear velocity. So because of that, when wheels gets locked, there will be skidding. So how to avoid? So by providing ABS, that is called as anti-lock braking system. So it avoids locking of the wheel, and in turn it avoids the skidding. Then it is required to avoid the skidding, we need to modulate hydraulic pressure. So brake lock off, so 15 times per second. So sometimes we can modulate hydraulic pressure just by judgment, just by braking and releasing, So that activity is done with the help of one control module, and that will modulate hydraulic pressure, so 15 times per second. So it is not possible with the manual operation. So suppose if sudden obstacle confronts to the vehicle, then that driver has to apply the brake, but due to that fear, he will have sudden braking, hard braking, so that will lock the wheel. And if the driver will apply brake, release, apply brake, and then release, that will called as a modulation of hydraulic pressure. In that case, it can be wheel locking can be avoided. So even though manually also wheel locking can be avoided, but that requires skill. So that will also avoid the skidding. But generally, that anti-lock braking system will do that automatically once that driver will apply the pressure on the brake pedal. So automatically by anti-lock braking system. So whatever modulation of hydraulic pressure, and that modulation is going to change 15 times per second, and that is based on the speed of the wheel. So whatever sensors used, those are going to sense the speed of the wheel, and they will give judgment about the wheel lock. Then we need to check what is anti-lock braking system. So the definition is here. Anti-lock braking system is a brake system which prevents locking of wheels and avoids the skidding of vehicle during the turns. So during the sharp turns or during sudden braking. So due to sudden confrontation of the obstacle in the road, driver has to apply, driver is going for the braking, and due to fear, he is having that sudden braking action. So that will lock the wheels. How to avoid that? By providing the anti-lock braking system, which is required to avoid locking. In other words, skidding is avoided by releasing the braking pressure just before the wheels lock up and then reapplying the same. So this anti-lock braking system, or by means of this anti-lock braking system, it is possible to apply the braking pressure just before the wheel lock up. So that threshold value below that braking pressure is provided, and that will avoid locking of the brake. So application and reapplication of the same, that is done with the help of this anti-lock braking system. So if skidding is avoided, in other words, we can say that it will maintain better stability and handling. Okay. So nowadays, whatever most advanced vehicles employ the ABS brakes for the braking. So this also allow driver to maintain the steering control during hard braking situations. So once sudden locking of wheel is going to take place, what will happen? It will drag vehicle on either left or right side. But because of anti-lock braking system, driver can maintain stability by maintaining steering control even though there will be hard braking. Okay. Now let us see what is ABS. So generally it is one mechanism, and for that, so that control unit is provided in some of the portion, so generally of the vehicle. So whatever portion of service brake means whatever brake which is required to stop the vehicle, required to control the vehicle during the vehicle motion on the road. So ABS is a portion of service brake that automatically controls degree of rotational wheel slip during the braking. So all these things are related to the wheel lock, and that we are going to avoid. Now let us see the schematic representation of this ABS. So you can see in hydraulic braking system, so master cylinder, so it is located at the center, centrally it is located, and via this master cylinder the hydraulic pressure is provided to this wheel cylinder. So basically in ordinary vehicle it is provided, the pressure is provided directly to the wheel, and that there may be possibility of wheel locking. If manual skills are applied, in that case we can avoid that wheel locking as well. But for all drivers, so to have easiness to maintain proper control of the vehicle, so this portion is added. So what is that? So you can see these many elements are provided additionally. So this is called as the ABS, anti-lock braking system. So additionally it consists of this actuator. This one is sensor. This is ABS control module, and this ABS control module is used to control the actuation. So whatever hydraulic pressure which is generated in the master cylinder, that can be modulated with the help of this actuator, and that will provide to the wheel cylinder so that it can avoid the wheel locking. Now I will add one more figure in the same one, so just wait for 1 minute. So please wait. Okay, screen is visible. Sachin, screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is schematic representation of anti-lock braking system. So to have comparison, I have added another one figure so that you will have a better understanding. So generally in hydraulic braking system, so this master cylinder is connected directly to the wheel cylinder via fluid lining or fluid tubing. Then in case of anti-lock braking system, there is actuator, and that is required to modulate, that is required to modify whatever pressure that is being supplied to this wheel cylinder to avoid the wheel locking. So how to sense the speed before wheel locking? So for that, there is a sensor which is provided. So this is the speed sensor. You can see in the figure on the right, such speed sensor, and it is part of anti-lock brake module. So here you can see a red box. So this anti-lock brake module is connected with this speed sensor. So these speed sensors are required to sense the speed of the wheel, and that is again given to this ABS control module, and this ABS control module will provide the signal accordingly to this actuator, and actuator will modulate, and that is given to this wheel cylinder. So the modulation of hydraulic pressure, that is done with the help of anti-lock brake module. So additionally, you can see this one is master cylinder, these are the wheel cylinder, this is the wheel cylinder. So how to modulate the pressure? For that, there is one pressure valve and there is one dump or vent valve. So this ABS system, so it is a portion of service brake which automatically controls degree of rotational wheel slip by modulating the pressure based on the sensor, speed of the wheel, and based on that action will be carried out in the ABS control module, and it is called as the anti-lock brake module. Then what are the aims of ABS system? So you can see this is another one figure image. So whatever previously we have seen, that ABS control module, that is also shown here. So you can check. So this is the brake pedal. Here it is master cylinder. Here, so whatever brake fluid quizzes brake pads onto the brake disc. So wheel cylinder is provided here. So directly in ordinary or in the normal case, whatever pressure generated in the master cylinder, that is being provided to this and that will apply the brake. Now you can see there is one sensor, and that this is number 4. That sensor detects when wheel is about to lock. When wheel is about to lock, that speed, so whatever speed before locking of the wheel, that is sensed by the sensor, and when that driver is going to push, in normal case the braking, there will be the locking of the wheel. So if sensor is provided, that will give that intimation to this control unit. So in this control unit you can see that it will actuate accumulator and the pump. So accordingly signal is modulated here, or it is altered, and here this process of altering the hydraulic pressure, it is maybe 6 to 7 times or up to 15 times per second. So that will avoid the locking of the wheel, and that will allow driver to maintain control on steering by preventing wheels from the locking. So application and releasing. So manually we can't do. So if some expert drivers are there, they can have better control, even though certain obstacle will be there on the road. So this anti-lock braking system is having another aim to minimize the braking distance under most condition. So without ABS, what will happen? So there will be accident. So directly that whatever vehicle that will have impact of that obstacle, and the driver will lose the control. But in turn, it will avoid that obstacle, as well as the braking it will minimize the braking distance when the vehicle is equipped with this ABS system. Then next one is features of ABS. So you can see, so whatever thing I have told, so the example for that you can see. So this is one, so initial condition, and this one is the second, that is the final condition. So here at this position, when driver has seen there are obstacles, he has applied brake at this position number 1, but as wheels are locked, there is skidding of vehicle takes place. So driver is not diverting, or is not able to divert the vehicle in this direction. So he can't avoid the obstacle because of skidding of the vehicle, because he will lose the control whenever vehicle is not having the ABS. So without ABS, as driver applies the brakes, the wheels lock. So this is number 1. This is number 1 position. Despite the steering, because vehicle is skidding, wheels are locked, and they are dragging vehicle in the skidding manner. The car continues straight ahead due to loss of steering control. So this is situation number 2, and result in collision with the obstacle. But when ABS is provided, what will happen? So this is application of brake, or at this position driver has applied. So the driver hits the brake hard on slippery surface. When he saw these obstacles on the road, because of that, driver is able to control the vehicle, because this vehicle is having ABS, or ABS is provided, then steers to. So at the two position, it can be possible to steer the vehicle, and with this ABS he is managing to avoid the obstacles. So successfully manages to avoid the obstacle. So this ABS prevents the wheels from locking, and this allows the car to steer off the obstacle. So whatever collision that can be avoided when anti-lock braking system is used. Okay, then you can see the another example. So one image is shown here. So here this one is the line, and here start braking. So driver having this car with ABS has applied brake. Driver having car without ABS applied brake. So here, due to anti-lock braking system, the speed is sensed by the sensors, and accordingly, even though driver is having hard braking, even though driver has applied hard braking, still that modulation or alteration in the pressure, hydraulic pressure, automatically happens, and because of that, driver is having control on the steering, and he can divert the vehicle, and he can negotiate that obstacle without danger, and you can see the vehicle. Here in the second situation, the vehicle without ABS, so you can see this dark arrow. What it indicates? There is skidding of the vehicle. And here you can see some part is dark, again release brake, again braked, again release, again brake, again release. So application of braking, so 15 times per second. So application and releasing of the braking pressure. So with this ABS, so we can avoid the obstacle and we can have better control. So these are the features or the advantages of the braking system. So am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this way we have completed this braking system chapter as well, but some part is remaining. What is remaining? Numericals on braking system plus numericals on the steering system. So that I will cover in next lecture. So now I will start the next chapter, and that is suspension system and modern stents in automobile. So it is it convenient for all, Sachin?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So I will take 3 to 4 lectures on the numericals. So steering system numericals, 2 to 3 numericals, 2 to 3 problems, plus braking system 3 to 4 problems. Because with minimum effort, even the examination will be physical, you will able to score the mark in the examination. Okay, screen is visible. Sachin, can you respond?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, so this is quite a big chapter. So as compared to the braking system, so unit number 6. So the title of the chapter is suspension system and modern trends in automobile. So basically, you might have seen there are some of the vehicles which are having better comfort. So while riding, as well as whenever we are sitting in some of the travels, so what we are experiencing, that we are having more comfort as compared to the buses. So here the suspension system will have to work to give the more comfort to the passenger. So first part, that is the suspension system, it is related to the comfort, it is related to the suspending the wheels for the vehicle. So it is one of the system which is required to suspend the wheel and axle assembly below the chassis frame. And next, part B is modern trends in automobile. So various additional features and which are being provided in the modern automobiles that we are going to see. So prerequisite related to the suspension system. So you should have knowledge of material. You should have knowledge of springs, so such as leaf springs, coil springs, and different types of springs, and some knowledge regarding the machine design. So the objective of this unit is to understand various suspension system, so independent suspension system and dependent suspension system. So in other words, conventional and the independent. Then to understand Hotchkiss and torque tube drive. So based on how wheels are going to provide thrust to the vehicle and how that propeller shaft is constructed. So based on that, we are going to see these two types of tube drives. Then to study the modern trends in automobile. So after completing this unit, students will be able to have knowledge regarding various suspension system, then various reaction members and various torque drives, and whatever modern trends in the automobiles. So unit contents that we are going to see one by one. Suspension requirement. What are the requirements of suspension system? Then concept of sprung and unsprung mass. Then types of automotive suspension system. Then conventional and independent, those are the two types basically. Then various types of springs, which includes leaf spring and coil spring. Then shock absorber that we are going to see. Reaction members such as radius rod, stabilizer bar. So reaction members are generally used while negotiating the turn. They are going to provide stability to the vehicle. Then one of the important and the system which gives more comfort to the passenger, that is air suspension system. Then tube drives, so various torque tube drive that we are going to see. Then in modern trends of automobile, wherein we are going to see engine electronic control modules, then introduction to sensors and actuators used in automobile controls, then electronic control unit, traction control devices. So you might have heard cruise control. So we can limit the speed of the vehicle. Then fuel cell hybrid vehicles, which includes electrical vehicles and solar vehicles. Okay. Now let us see one by one. And at the start, I would like to brief about introduction with respect to this suspension system. So we have seen automobile frame, then body. So during that, components of automobile. So whatever automobile frame and the body are mounted on front and rear axle with the help of system consisting the springs and shock absorber is known as suspension system. So this is one definition with respect to the suspension system. So in another words, we can say that, so whatever wheel and axle assembly we need to suspend to the automobile frame. So that system which suspend wheel and axle assembly is called as a suspension system. So this suspension system or the assembly is used to isolate road shocks. So because of bouncing, because of pitching, and because of roll. So sometimes on the roads there are bounce. So because of that, vehicle will move in upward and downward direction, somewhat like that. Not all the times, but how to avoid that? For that, we need to provide the suspension system. Sometimes vehicle is having pitching. So you might have seen that on the speed breakers. So such type of pitching action takes place. What is that pitching? So that vehicle will have certain movement along transverse axis of the vehicle, and another one, that is the roll. So vehicle is going to have rolling around longitudinal axis. So whatever shocks or whatever this suspension movements, how to avoid that? For that, suspension system is provided, which consists of various elements such as spring, shock absorber, and reaction members. Okay. So here there are certain stages of isolation of the shocks. So whatever suspension system, so I will draw one wheel. So this is the wheel. This one is axle, and here this is the leaf spring. This is chassis frame, and here I will draw one sheet, and below that springs, just one structure. So there are three stages in the isolation of shocks. Whatever shock, because of the bounce, because of the obstacle, because of the road surface will be there, and to isolate those shocks, suspension system is provided. So the isolation of shock is done in three stages. So first stage is tire. So again, here just I will draw. So this one is a tire. Okay, inside which air is inflated. Okay, so first stage which isolate the shock, that is nothing but the tire. Then second stage, that is axle and wheel system. So this one is axle, and here this is the leaf spring. So here the isolation of shocks takes place. And last stage, so whatever seats of automobile which the passenger occupies, and this is the third stage. So this is a rubber. So you know, for the tire, air is as also inflated. So first shock will be taken by tire, somewhat isolated. Again, it is given to the axle. Then leaf spring or coil spring are going to absorb that shock. And in the third stage, it is isolated, whatever springs provided below the seats of automobile which passenger occupies. So generally this may be asked for MCQ. So that's why you should know that there are three stages. First stage is tire, second stage is axle wheel system and the body, in between whatever springs or the structure under suspension system. And last stage is seats of automobile which the passenger occupies. Okay. Now let us see what are the functions of suspension system. So you can see first function. So whatever shocks that we need to avoid, those should not be transmitted to the passenger. So first, to prevent, this is the function of suspension system, to prevent road shock from being transmitted to the vehicle frame. So three stages we have seen. Then to preserve the stability of the vehicle in pitching, rolling while in motion. So those are suspension movements. So first I will show that. Okay. So this is called as a bouncing. This is called as a rolling. And this is called as a pitching. Such in screen is visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. So these are the basic suspension movements. So to avoid this, we are going for this suspension system. Okay. So to preserve stability of the vehicle in pitching or the rolling, then next one is to safeguard occupants from the road shock. So whatever springs which are provided below the passenger seats, those are also take part in isolation of shock. So tire, then leaf spring or the coil spring, and finally the springs below the seats of passenger. All these things are provided to safeguard the occupants from the road shock. So to give the comfort. Then to provide good road grip while driving, cornering and braking. So suspension system is also having another one function that will provide good grip. So it should be good aligned with the frame, and that will also give the road grip, good road grip, so that proper contact between the tire and the road while driving, while cornering, that is while negotiating the turn, and while stopping the vehicle, that is braking action. So it's another important function. So for that, there are two elements or two types of drives that already we have seen. Just title we have seen, torque tube and Hotchkiss type of drive. So to have transfer of driving torque to the wheels as well as braking force to the chassis. So sometimes that drive is whatever construction, so that hollow propeller shaft as well as that torque tube drive. So how driving torque is transmitted to the wheels? So in front engine rear wheel drive, the tractive effort is available on the rear wheels and that needs to be transmitted to the front wheels. How to transmit? Via these elements. So to transfer the driving torque to the wheels as well as braking force to the chassis. So this is also function of the suspension system. So am I audible? Sachin, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So now let us see the purpose of suspension system. So it supports weight of the vehicle, cushion bumps and holes in the road, that is pit and bounce in the road. Then maintain traction between tires and the road. So already we have seen that part in the previous slide. So to give better grip or better contact between the tire and the road surface, that is also the function of the suspension system. So in the purpose, we have written here, maintain traction between tires and the road. Hold the wheels in alignment. That is also the purpose of the suspension system. So, okay. Now, characteristics of suspension system. So, road isolation. This one is the first. Road holding and cornering. So these are the characteristics of suspension system. So intentionally, you might have seen that there is repetition. So functions of suspension system. Again, you are going to see the purpose of suspension system, but matter is somewhat different. So purpose of suspension system. So how to suspend the wheels, for that suspension system is required. How to avoid the shocks being transmitted to the passenger, for that suspension system is required. So purpose is to suspend the wheels and axle assembly. Objective is to isolate the road shocks. So like that, there is a difference in the purpose and the objective or the function. Similarly, you can see what are the characteristics of suspension system. It should provide isolation of the shocks. It should provide good grip to the wheels of the vehicle. That characteristics we are going to call it as a roll holding. Isolation characteristics, isolation of shocks, that characteristics we are going to call it as a road isolation. And stability on cornering or while negotiating, that characteristics we are going to call it as a cornering. So road isolation, road holding and cornering, these characteristics should be there for the suspension system. So First one, you can see, so whatever one good slide I got on internet, so directly I have put here, so that will give self, that will give better understanding with respect to this road isolation characteristics. So this is the principle or the characteristics road isolation. So again here definition for the same, it is given: the vehicle's ability to absorb or isolate road shock from the passenger compartment. So it is the characteristics which will enable vehicle to absorb and isolate road shocks being transmitted to the passenger compartment. So this one is the definition for this characteristics. Then what is goal? You can see, allow the vehicle body. So what is goal behind this? Allow the vehicle body to ride undisturbed while traveling over a rough road. So that is goal. So with the help of suspension system allows the vehicle body or this road isolation characteristics allow the vehicle body to ride undisturbed while traveling over rough roads. And what will be the solution to give these characteristics? This is the characteristics, road isolation. So what will be the solution for that? Absorb energy from road bumps and dissipate it without causing undue oscillation in the vehicle. So how to absorb the energy? For that, springs are going to provide. So that whatever shock that will be absorbed by the leaf spring or the coil spring. So to absorb the energy, coil or leaf spring is required. Again, because of that absorption of shock, there will be vibration in the spring. How to damp down those vibration? Just by providing the damper. So that will dissipate the heat, or that will dissipate it without causing undue oscillation in the vehicle. So this is one characteristics. This one is the definition. This is the goal. And what is the solution? This one is the solution. So if the suspension system is to be provided, it should have road isolation. So that is one characteristics that we have defined. Goal we have understand. Then how to give the solution for that, and for what it is given, to how to absorb the energy from the road shock. For that, springs are provided. How to dissipate that, whatever shock is taken by the spring, because of that there will be oscillation. So there will be disturbed condition of the vehicle, such as bouncing may be there. How to damp down those oscillations or vibration? For that, damper is provided. So first characteristics, that is road isolation, that we have seen. Understand, Sachin? Sachin, understood?
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay. So remaining two characteristics that I will take tomorrow in the tomorrow's lecture. Okay, so please wait for 1 minute so that I will take